Hello Power Rangers fans and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today I'm taking a look at the brand new Power Rangers Cosmic Fury Cosmic Zord Mega Pack set. So this is how we first got pictures of this Megazord a couple of months ago from this Mega Pack that's being sold as an Amazon exclusive. So it's pretty interesting with this thing. They are going to be releasing this in two separate ways separately. So like at Targets and Walmarts and stuff like that, you're going to be able to get the Lion Zord by itself with some extra pieces, and then the other four Zords are going to be sold as their own little thing. Kind of think of it like a Mighty Morphin Season 2 Thunder Megazord kind of situation in terms of how it's being split up and sold. But this Amazon Mega Pack combines all five of them together to get the KyurenOh, Hasbro's version of it for the Power Rangers toy line. And it's definitely an interesting toy for a lot of reasons. It continues the Zord Link transformation way of combining things that the Dino Fury toys had the last 2 years. But this is also the same price as the giant mega packs of Dino Fury Zords from Season 1 and from Season 2. It's priced at $72.99. And that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money for this thing. And it's definitely going to be skewing my opinion of the product in general. But let's take a look at it here. I did not expect it to come out so quickly. I don't even think Amazon did, because they originally said like an October 1st release date. And then and here it is, shipping, and here it is. And I'm like, oh. Okay, on the top of the box we have the Power Rangers Cosmic Fury logo with the other four Zords, which I really like. So we have the Chameleon, the Bull, the Wolf, and the Shark, which is what they're calling the Swordfish. So there is that. On the bottom we just have all the copyright stuff and the barcode. On the side you get this nice shot, which you can't really see, but it's just a full shot of the Megazord, and that artwork continues onto the other side. And on the back, you kind of see what we're getting into here with this. So, if you're familiar with KyurenOh from Kyuranger, you're going to be able to make that combination. You're going to be able to separate it into the Shishi Voyager and the other four Voyagers. But to kind of make this worth it, in terms of selling them in separate pieces, which this is one half and this is the other one, you're going to get some extra pieces and extra Kyutamas and stuff to make like a full Megazord out of just the Lion. And then you're going to get this platform for the other four Zords, which I guess you're supposed to be able to combine these into like an alternate combination there. It's kind of strange, but yeah, that's kind of everything we got here. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at the Cosmic Fury Megazord inside of the box. Okay, so here's the Megazord out of the box here. So you do get the instruction manual, which we'll take a look at. And if you've watched any of my Zord Link videos so far, you know sometimes I'm not the best about combining these things, but I do think this is a lot simpler than the Dino Fury Zords. But you basically get the two trays of what we're going to get in the individual releases. We haven't seen pictures of the individual release boxes, and we don't know when those are going to be coming out. But the only way to get all five at once is the Amazon 5-pack. So, of course, everything is cardboard just in here. There's no plastic in here. So here is the Megazord piece itself. And I can already tell there's no articulation there. There is a waist swivel, so we'll take a look at all the articulation points and everything, obviously once we get everything out of here. There are some hands that are in here now. I'm not sure how we're going to get those out. There are the Kyutama. I know I'm going to be kind of using a lot of Sentai terms here, but we don't know what these are being called, if they're really being called anything in Cosmic Fury, but they're kind of in there. Reasonably tight, actually. They are supposed to be able to be removable for the whole gimmick. There we go. So you can take them apart. Now, what's interesting, and I'll break this out into the parts in a second, is that the red Lion Zord comes with the red one and a gold Kyutama, and then the other four obviously come with the other four, and like here's Swordfish and everything, or Shark. So let's go ahead and take everything out of here and separate it into what you get in each individual half. Okay, so first up we have the Cosmic Lion Zord here, and this is what you would get if you were buying this by itself. So you get, of course, the main body of what is Shishi Voyager, the Cosmic Lion. You get the two Kyutama, the globes, and then you get these extra swords and hand pieces that are just strictly Power Rangers original, just so you can have like a full Megazord with just this here and not any of the other Zords. Now, these are the exact same extra hand pieces that they included with the Dino Fury Zord Link like figures and stuff like that. So you're probably familiar with these quite a bit from like the individual Zord releases. I know the Ankylo one earlier this year had them as well, or the Dimetro one. So these are very similar to those. They're the exact same things. And this time they're going to be like legs, which is kind of strange. You do get these really cool swords that I like quite a bit. That kind of look like Chroma Fury sabers that I think are pretty neat. So you get two of those. And it looks like they can peg together, I think. There's like a peg hole on either side. So I believe if you want to, I don't know what purpose this would serve, but you can peg them together if you would like, and I have them backwards. I don't know if it necessarily matters how this is supposed to go. Well, I guess the only way you could do it is backwards. So these are kind of interesting. But here is the Lion Zord itself. So I believe to make this just into regular Lion, you're going to just fold or rotate this around. Which actually this has like a whole head joint, so you probably don't need to move the whole thing. There we go. So we have that. And then you're going to move these like that. And I want to say that's essentially it. Obviously, you're going to want to take these off, which are a little tricky to grip. Because, like, as you can see, just like on regular KyurenOh, like, the KyurenOh piece, like, fills in the full circle of the Kyutama. So we'll put that one in the center. So here is the Lion Zord, I believe, in its full Lion Zord form. It's very tiny, for sure. But honestly, like, I know a lot of people were complaining about how simple and cheap this thing looks. And yeah, it definitely does. It's not going to beat those allegations. It's not that bad. Like, I think I kind of like the size of it in a way. But it's just going to kind of impact my overall thoughts on, you know, the price is going to impact that. So I think the biggest thing that I really wish this had is the leg movement there. If it had that, we would really be in business here. These can still swivel. And obviously, as you saw, these can move, but it's pretty much a brick without combining any Zords and stuff like them. I don't remember if KyurenOh, I don't think KyurenOh had head articulation, so that is a new piece there, and stuff like that. And I don't remember if KyurenOh had the waist swivel either. I don't specifically recall, so there's where we have with that. I will be taking a look at the Kyutamas, the globes, whatever. This is so simple version of this, but I'll take a look at this compared to an actual Kyutama in a little bit. But you do get the red one, and you do get this gold one, and there is that. Now, the way that they want you to make this, like, Lion Megazord without the rest of the Zords is taking the red Kyutama and clipping it in there. Taking that gold one and putting it back there. And then taking these pieces, and as you can see, the bottom of the Kyutama have Zord Link ports, which is cool, because you can use the Zord Link ports from all of the Dino Fury Zords that you may or may not have. And then they want you to, and I'm not sure how exactly you get this hand out of here, so there's a hand that's in here. Okay, I guess you just kind of grip it and slide it out. So there are these little default hands, and they are going to hold on to these swords like that. And then we'll kind of just pan up here so you can actually see the full thing. And yeah, that's that. So there's not much to it. I can suppose that I can agree that this is a full Megazord, but it's not. So obviously not. I will fold that mask down. But I can give them, I can see where they're going with this. It could be worse. Alright, so now here are the other four and the platform. And these are kind of fun in their own way. I do like a lot of these in certain regards. So we'll take a look at this platform in a minute, because there's some interesting things with what they want you to be able to do with this thing. So we'll put that off to the side. But take a look at each individual Zord. We'll start with the shark. So there's no mouth movements or anything like that on this. There's no wheels or anything like that. It's just a stationary thing. You can't turn the globe or anything like that. If you're curious, you can make these into both legs and arms, just like KyurenOh could. So that is cool. I believe, yeah, so the Kyutama is on default. I believe that's backwards, I want to say. Yeah, because they would be like that for a leg. So there's that. You can kind of, sort of, use, put this at any kind of orientation, but you're going to get that peg in the way sometimes. So there's that. But yes, of course, this becomes typically an arm, but it can also still become a leg. It has the port for that, which I think is really nice, but that's pretty much all you're going to get out of the shark. For the wolf, you don't have any mouth movement. Oh, you do. You have a mouth movement there. It does open. You can rotate the head. You can move it all the way up there. For the leg form, each of these, I believe this is on one big hinge. Yes, so is this one big hinge as well? Nope, there goes the globe. So this is just one big leg hinge. And then I don't know if these are going to move. I don't know if these... Yeah, so the wolf legs are not really moving all that much. So there's that. You're just going to have to change the orientation of the globe. So the biggest one in terms of articulation for this guy is going to be the head. And I do really like the mouth. I think that's cool. So there is the wolf. Next up, we have the bull, which comes with these horns down. You're going to want to put them up. They are on separate hinges, which are mistransformed on the promo shots. They have one of them like not fully up and stuff like that, which is kind of funny. This one actually has wheels though, so you can wheel him around. I'm not sure why they decided to give him wheels. I mean, this one would have been kind of cool to have wheels, but still, nonetheless, it is cool. There's really not much movement there. You just kind of can fold that up and down however you see fit, and it can do, once again, basically the same exact things that the wolf can do. It's very similar build in terms of like how the hinges and everything work on them. So there is the bull, which is my favorite from Kyuranger because that is my astro sign, Taurus, so that's pretty cool. And next up, finally, we have the chameleon, which I think is mistransformed out of the box. I think it's supposed to be like this or something like that, if I remember correctly. There is... Oh, wow. So there is a ton that sticks out, which is actually kind of fun. I don't remember if the Kyuranger version had that or not. I know that like you kind of have it like this for leg mode, so it kind of had to have an opening mouth, but I didn't know that it had a little tongue. So that's actually really cool. I like that quite a bit. So there is the chameleon, which we'll put back there. So the Zords are not that bad. They're not like the best things ever, but they're simple versions of the KyurenOh stuff, which is what you would expect with this. Now we have whatever this thing is. So we have this base, which they want you to connect the Zords into, which we will in a second. And then there's actually some other combinations that you can do with this, with the lion. So this is just a kind of sort of space shuttle looking-ish thing. Like it has like this whole thing, and it's just like, I don't know, like they're kind of going for a spaceship thing. Makes you think kind of like of a booster or something, which is probably, because of the combination we're going to do in a minute. You can open this, and it has the Power Rangers lightning bolts in there, and it has these Zord Builder, or not Zord Builder, that's a long time ago, these Zord Link ports that are on these little hinges. So that's kind of cool because you can basically use this as like a little booster or whatever. There's no ports, like Zord Link ports on the back of this thing, which is kind of unfortunate because if there was, I feel like you can make some kind of cool combinations and stuff like that with Dino Fury stuff. But there's nothing that comes off of this thing. It just slides in and out and has these things that can move up and down and stuff like that. So what they expect you to do, if we bring in the instructions here, which are down here on the floor. So for this kind of, what I like to call sort of the Thunder Zord Assault team kind of thing, they want you to slide this off just like we did. Take the bull, and that is going to, I guess, clip in here. Is that how they're doing this? So like that is about as tight as it's going to go on there, and it's on there. It just doesn't really want to be. And then we're going to take chameleon, and that's going to latch in there. I believe it's in. So I believe with enough fiddling, they want you to like, oh my gosh, they want you to like slide the yellow Zord like backwards or something, so that it like, I had it, there we go, it like kind of latches in. That's terrible. I really don't like how this goes in like at all. But there's like a sliding mechanism, and then we're gonna take the wolf, and it's just going to kind of, okay, that's the first one that like kind of worked on the first try. So this is whatever this thing is. So this is just the Zords on this platform, and they kind of show you in terms of like combinations with the full Megazord, if you want to call it that. There's a couple different options that you have. So what you can do is just have the platform by itself, or you can extend the platform, you can attach the feet of the lion, and then you can have it stand on these back ports back here, which I will do, and that's why these move up, so that way, because it's kind of at a little bit of a hinge. So that's one of the things that you can do, and then of course attach the swords and stuff on however you want to do that. And there's one other thing you can do with this platform, but we'll go ahead and bring in the Lion Zord and kind of finish the first combination of this thing. As you can see, there's the ports there and right there. You're going to connect them here, and then you're going to connect them, oop, we're getting in the way here. We're going to connect them right here. And that is this combination of the Megazord, which way we'll pan up a little bit for and zoom out a tad just so you can actually see everything. So there is that. I don't know if this even has a name, what we're calling this thing, but this is sort of the first combined form of this thing. So, yep, there is that. But of course, the main thing you're going to want to actually do is combine this thing into the proper KyurenOh, which we have not done yet. So let's get rid of the platform and the swords and all the extra pieces and just make KyurenOh. So with all 5 Zords assembled, we're going to start with the lion once again, which we are going to rotate these like so. And we'll do the head last in traditional like Sentai combination formation fashion, which is a lot of words I just said. So the bull, of course, you can have the limbs be however they want, however you want them to be. We'll fold that down, and then we're going to take this Kyutama and we're going to flip it around so it's like that. And then we're going to take that and clip it in here. I knew it was going to come off like that, so let's try to clip this in. Oh my gosh. Same sort of transformation. You're going to fold this piece down, take this one, rotate it that way, take the whole thing, clip it in. That was a lot easier. So there are the legs, which I believe are all transformed good, but it is a little wobbly or so. So there is that. Let's go ahead and pan up. All right, with the chameleon, we're going to take this piece, fold it like that, and then you can attach it. I believe it goes this way. I might have it rotated around wrong, but we can fix that if need be. So we'll clip that in. It actually can swivel there, which is nice. So I do like that. And then for the swordfish, which they actually, oh, okay. Did they all have a swivel? And I just was dumb? Oh, yeah. Okay, they all have a swivel there. So you don't have to attach it at a different angle if you don't want to. Good to know. So we can just rotate that. So, and you can take this and clip it in there. As you can see, these do not like to clip in very easily. So there is that. And then finally, we'll take the head, rotate it around, and fold down the face. And there is the fully complete Cosmic Fury Megazord, or KyurenOh, or whatever you want to call it, this thing. And I kind of like it. I think it does look good. I do like the not translucent Kyutamas there, because there are a lot of shots in the show where you can't see the Rangers in there. So I kind of like that look, honestly. I think that looks cool. It's a nice metallic paint on all of them as well, so I think that's a good detail. There's obviously some lacking paint, like there's some differences in the crotch area there. There's some paint missing on the face. The chameleon and the swordfish are a little lacking in some areas. I think the wolf and the bull, honestly, are pretty solid. You can rotate, or just pop it off. You can rotate this, would it be this way? So if you wanted to have the sword, which is, a little dinky sword, but you can do it if you want to, which is kind of cool. But that's pretty much it. And the thing is that since we don't know if we're going to get any other Zords for the Cosmic Fury Zord line, this could be it. And if you wanted to, of course, we'll just kind of show it off briefly. You can, as you can see, things like to pop off, all that kind of stuff. There. So you can make the alternate limbed version of KyurenOh, or of course you can swap them around and have wherever you want all over the place there. So I'm now going to just do exactly the opposite of what I just did, to go back to the regular KyurenOh and show you the last thing that you can do with that big platform that we took a look at. So you might be wondering, since this is everything that we get in the box and we don't know if we're going to get any more Zords, are there ports on here for other Kyuranger stuff? Yes, I just don't know if they're going to actually use them. So there are the ports there on the front that would connect the head of like the purple dragon, the Ruteo dragon, to make the Super KyurenOh combination of that, which I know is not specifically Super KyurenOh, that's a different thing. But like, I think in theory that could happen. There are ports back here, kind of, for like stuff to plug in. I don't really know exactly what all these ports are supposed to be. I know that these ones, I think these ones are the ones that we're about to use, but there are ports back here for like other stuff. So like, maybe we'll get other Zords, maybe they're just kind of future-proofing that. But we do have this platform. And now what they want you to do with this platform, which I'm taking a look at here on the instructions to make sure that I get it right, is that they want you to not have these hands on there. You can if you want. But if you wanted to kind of store this platform and kind of be a semi-replacement for Washi Voyager, the pink one, there are these ports right here and here. I had it upside down, that's why. They want you to put them in this way to make whatever this thing is. We'll try to pan that up there so you can see that. So this is supposed to be some sort of like booster rocket thing or something. And then you're supposed to take the swords, and that's what these little pegs are here for, because they are supposed to clip in. Oh, this is not going to fit in frame, but they're supposed to clip in. I'll show you right here on this peg. no! I knew that was gonna happen. So, I think you get the gist of it, but they're supposed to clip in some way. Right here, and stuff like that. Probably the other way, but they're supposed to go like one here, one there. But that's not gonna work. But obviously with the space and everything that I have. So, sure, I'll give that as a noble attempt. And let's take a look at the instructions again here, as we are nearing the end of this. So that's what I'm talking about. They show you to just like clip the whole thing in to be whatever that booster is, and this is just showing you how to swap the different arm pieces and everything. So there is that if you want to do that, which is something that we already did. So there's all of the instructions, and that is it. So before we wrap it up here, I just wanted to do a little comparison between the Megazord itself and the little Kyutama pieces. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I just grabbed an extra bonus Kyutama that I had. So here is the little extra gold globe that you get with the Lion Zord, and here is a Kyutama. So as you can see, significantly smaller, but they get the idea across. You kind of have this hinge here. It's supposed to kind of be like where the number thing would be. Obviously, there's no graphics on there. You can't rotate them like that or anything like that. They are a simpler, duller looking plastic. There's no translucent plastic on them or anything, but they do retain even like the details back there and stuff like that. So that is kind of neat in a way. But, you know, it's obviously with Hasbro, this is actually Hasbro's first attempt at adapting kind of a Sentai gimmick. And of course, there's no Zord Link ports on the bottom of the Kyutama. But basically, like, you know, the last times we've done, well, no, I mean, they had the Roost Souls and stuff like that. So they have kind of tried to adapt a gimmick. But technically, I'd say the Kyutamas here, the globes, whatever we're going to call them, the cosmic spheres, I don't know, are technically more like show accurate to Kyutama than the Dino Fury keys were to Roost Souls, sort of. But this is about what I would have expected if this was like a Bandai America attempt at Kyuranger for Power Rangers or something like that. But obviously, if that was the case, they would have made sounds and actually do functionality besides just being Zord accessories. But, you know, it's cool that they made them detachable and stuff like that. I do kind of like them, sort of. Obviously, they're not even trying to compete with them, kind of. So here's a size comparison with the T-Rex Champion Zord from 2021, and of course the Cosmic Fury Megazord. So they are about the same height. So if you have this one, you pretty much know what to expect with this one. I think it fits in well. This isn't like officially labeled like number 7 or whatever it would be in the line. Maybe the individual boxes will have like a 7 and an 8 or something. We don't know just yet. But what is cool with this whole like Zord Link functionality is that you can, if you wanted to, you know, clip these Kyuranger stuff onto Resoldier stuff, which is pretty cool. And I do have the extra little Kyutama globe and stuff here. So if you wanted, you can clip these onto the shoulders of the T-Rex Champion, which I think just kind of looks kind of neat. So I like that. In a way. So, you know, if you can make some wacky combinations. And I think that is going to kind of give a lot of extra bonus points to this thing at the end of the day here as we're about to wrap it up. Alright, so with that is going to do it for my video review of the Power Rangers Cosmic Fury Cosmic Zord Mega Pack from Amazon. So here's my final thoughts. So basically, people have been clowning on this thing for months ever since we saw it. This toy, I think, succeeds at being a toy. I think kids will like this thing. I do like how it fits in with the Dino Fury Zords, and I like the creative, you know, imaginative aspect of it is there at present at the end and everything like that. I think it's a good way to still keep things sort of cohesive and everything. I do appreciate that. However, as you saw through plenty of times in this video, and this was a problem with the Dino Fury Zords, it's less of a problem here because this is a more simplistic Zord. Some things are just difficult to get to stay together. It feels just kind of half-assed in terms of how it was engineered and everything, especially with connecting the Kyutama onto the actual Lion Zord. As you saw many times, things were falling off or they were hard to connect. You really have to focus on the top connector ports up there to really make like a big difference with that. So there is that to keep in mind. And I do think that look-wise, I'm not bothered by the lack of the paint. It obviously looks cheap, and then when you look at the price tag, it's not. So it's one of those things where it's, you know, that. And of course you're paying for all this like extra hunk of plastic that you're just going to have sit here if you want to display it like KyurenOh, because you're not going to care about all that kind of stuff. So it's a confusing thing, especially since I guarantee you we're not going to get all of the Kyuranger Zords at all, as this is a slowly dying turntable with the battery. So if you want all the Kyuranger Zords, and you want every Zord that we might see or may not see, we don't know how many we're going to see or not in Cosmic Fury, go for the Kyuranger stuff. But if you collected just Dino Fury stuff, I don't have any of the Kyuranger stuff, so I can't do a direct comparison. So this is my first version of KyurenOh, and I am happy with it. But I would say, wait for a sale if you really want to get both versions. Try to track down the Japanese ones if you care about show accuracy and like completion's sake. But for a toy, if you can get this for cheaper than $72, I think that would be worth it. So at the end of the day, I can sort of recommend it in certain circumstances. Just don't pay the full price, although if you do, there will be an Amazon affiliate link to it in the description below to actually both this and KyurenOh. So if you want to pick up either one of them, I will be including Amazon affiliate links down in the description below, which help out the channel if you use them. And that is the end of the turntable, and that is the end of the review. So, of course, until next time, you guys can check out a bunch of other videos. You can check out the entire Zord Link line from Dino Fury. I did reviews of it there, and I'll be picking up any other Zords that we get in Cosmic Fury if we get anything beyond this one. But that's going to do it. So, of course, until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LivingRageKey or LineFicPR, and I will see you all later. To wrap up this video, I'd like to thank my $5 and above patrons: Jurassic Samurai, Robert Browning, Static Thunder, Brendan Overland, Maji Yellow, MCPC Studios, Comics 1017, James Darty, Eric Berry, Matthew Thorne, Josh Landry, CBT Tesla, Cross SCV, Caboose Ed, Socket Monsters, Anthony Love, Daniel Pika, Hella Geo, Thrasher, Jesus Prime, Uni Warrior Thomas, and Lewis Carnes. You can support Toku Topics for as little as $1 a month on my Patreon, linked in the description below.